tank top. It's really hot here. I'm just basically doing this to see if anybody would chime in. Um, Later on, I intend to do a video of me trying to sublimate a mask, a face mask. We are um, mandated to wear them here in Philadelphia. So I'm going to attempt to do that. I want you guys to see the process of me attempting to do that. I might be a little bit embarrassed or whatever, but it's okay. You learn as you go. So I just wanted to see because, oh, is this working? Can you guys hear me? I don't even know if you can hear me because the speaker, the microphone speaker is not even, the microphone, I don't even know if I can be heard. If you're on here and if you can hear me, can you let me know? Because I don't know. And I see a lot of people doing these things now of how to get a whole lot of followers. Um, excuse me. And they're spending a lot of time on the air. And I guess that's what you have to do if you want to grow quickly. Um, and I actually do want to grow quickly, but at the same time, I just don't have time to be, doing all that, being on the air for 8, 9 hours at a time, trying to get subscribers. So right now, hopefully, if I can get subscribers, they will come organically, and I might try to do some things to see if I can get some more subscribers. But that just seems like a lot of work, and it's working for those who work it, and I applaud them. Excuse me, y'all. I have been under the weather for days now, trying to get myself together. Um, and I'm waiting to see if my printer is going to act right so that I can do a video on me trying to sublimate. It's going to be funny, I can guarantee you that, because I have no idea what I'm doing. But I want to learn how to sublimate um, on masks and other things so that I can get things popping. I see a lot of people doing it, and I want to do it, and it's just not. I haven't been catching on. I am not even going to say, excuse me, I was not yawning until I got on here. Uh-oh. Oh, didn't mean to do that, y'all. I hit a button and I didn't know what it was because I just didn't know. I like this camera on this computer. It's very clear. Anyway, what I was saying, I see a lot of people sublimating, and I can sublimate, but I've been having problems with my printer. I had to send my printer back, and that was a hassle trying to get the printer sent back and then trying to get the new one. And now I have the new one, and it was working okay, but then all of a sudden it started getting streaks on everything that I wanted to print. So I had to do something. The maintenance box is a maintenance box where your ink gets full or whatever, and you have to either get a new one or, excuse me, you either have to get a new one or figure out a way to use it so the overage, the ink won't spill out. So that's what I was doing today, and I'm really trying to see if I can get this. Hey, coconut cake, really see if I can get this done so I can get the sublimation done on these masks, and that's what I want to do. I'm going to see what happens. I really actually have something that's supposed to be printing on the Epson right now when it's not even printing. It's been sitting here for I don't know how long. It's still not printing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get it working. And excuse me, I need to go to bed. I'm so tired. But I'm going to see if I can get it working, and then if I get it working, I'll come back on with a tutorial, not a live, but I'll come back on with a tutorial and try to show you guys what I've done. or how I did it. So I guarantee you it's going to be funny. It might be frustrating. Um, you might see my frustration in doing it because sometimes learning a new thing can become, um, I can become anxious when sometimes when I try to learn a new thing. Uh, and ooh, I don't believe this yawning like this because I wasn't doing it before I got on the camera. But sometimes learning can be difficult for me because I get anxiety. And it seems like the older I get, the more anxiety tries to bother me, and I don't like that. So, but it's real, you know. I'm dealing with lupus, and it's just a real issue, and a lot of people don't understand. And I like to try to tell people what's going on with me to a certain degree, because there's people out there that have lupus or have, other things, and sometimes I like to feel like I want people to be encouraged about going forth and doing what they have to do, even when things don't seem right, or it seems like things are going haywire. Um, I don't think I've made a good video in about, what, 2 weeks or so. Excuse me, this yawning is getting on my nerves. About 2 weeks ago, and I feel bad about that because um, I keep getting, I'm not going to say distracted, but I allow procrastination to take over, and I don't like that. But it's usually when I'm in a flare, when that starts happening. He said education brings understanding, and it does. And you know, people with lupus go through a lot of things. We go through mood swings, we go through depression, we go through sadness, we go through, giving up. I just don't want to do this anymore kind of thing, attitude, when we go into our flares. And sometimes people don't understand those things about us. And it's not an excuse, it's just a reality of things that happen. And I'm trying to overcome them. And I do really well because my faith is in God. And I have a supportive husband who's here in the chat room, which helps me to go on because he has cerebral palsy. He has challenges all day, every day. And he still presses through with his challenges. So I'm like, if his challenges, if he can go through and do what he has to do with his challenges, then I should be able to do the same. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to press. As tired as I am, I'm trying to press. I'm trying to see if this one picture will come through the Cricut, and I'm still waiting. I actually did print one picture. I printed a whole picture of myself with the sublimation. Twinsies. Picture of myself with the sublimation. I could put this on a shirt right now, just press it onto a shirt. But I don't want that on the shirt. That's not what I want on the shirt. I know what I want on the shirt, but that's not it. Girl, get your life together. So that's what I that's what I'm doing. I'm going to attempt to do the sublimation. Hopefully I can do it before I go to bed, because once I hit the bed, I'm not coming back in here to do anything else tonight. Um, so that's what my plan is, to try to get this printer to print off of my Cricut. And if I can't do that, then I'll probably just make this tic-tac-toe thing for somebody. And she wants it in gold. And if I can't get this thing to print for me to do the sublimation, I'll do that. Excuse me, y'all. Please forgive me, y'all. I'll do that. Um, so that's what I'm working on. I will be working on one of those two things. And if I'm too tired to work on the tic-tac-toe thing, I'll probably sew a couple of masks. And I do have something else to show you guys, but I can't share it yet. But I got a new toy, and I'm gonna show it to you guys when I do a tutorial. So I will let you guys know that I already started. I attempted to do a video and then got sidetracked because my laptop decided it wanted to just flip out on me and not work at all, which added to my frustration, which added to my anxiety that, oh man, I got a project and I can't do anything because my laptop decided it wanted to go bonkers. Um, so that was that. Now I have a new laptop, and now the printer doesn't want to work. And it's not even that the printer doesn't want to work. It's something going on with my internet. Um, my internet, the level is really low, like it's on one dot when it should be full, and I'm not understanding why. Because our bill is paid, my husband makes sure that's paid all the time, and it's just not cooperating with me right now. And I turned it off and turned it back on, and it's still doing the same thing. So that's really the main reason why I can't get my stuff to print for me to be able to do sublimation. But once this stuff gets itself together, then I will be able to print something, because it did print one thing. It printed that big sheet of paper with my big face on it. So I know that it's working, but it's the internet connection, and it says it's connected, but it's only on one dot when it should be full, like be on 5 or something, and it's not doing it. So I have to be patient. And while I'm being patient, I need to just work on something else until this thing, comes and does what it's supposed to do. So just look forward to another video. If I don't get it up tonight, I will most definitely try to get it up tomorrow. Let me shoot for Monday, because tomorrow we're supposed to be going out, but it'll be a surprise if I get to do it tomorrow when we come back. Because with lupus, I just get so exhausted. If I go anywhere, if I just take a few steps, I am so exhausted. Recently, if I go somewhere, people will say, if I walk into the store and I just stop, they'll be like, "Miss, are you okay?" Because I'm breathing heavily. I'm breathing heavily. And it's really like getting worse. It's getting worse. And I'm like, okay, this is crazy. So that's one of the problems that I'm dealing with dealing with this lupus. Um, and again, my doctor suspects that I have sarcoidosis, which messes with your lungs. And I'm finding so much problems trying to breathe now that it's just ridiculous. And I'm not claiming sarcoidosis. I'm not claiming nothing else. It was enough to have to deal with lupus, not to deal with sarcoidosis too. Um, so I'm dealing with my breathing. And sometimes I don't say anything to anybody because I don't want anybody to be feeling sorry for me or anything. Or I don't want, people to be watching me and be like, making me feel like you're watching me to see if I'm getting worse or anything like that. But I feel like my breathing is more labored now, and it's just getting to a point where I can't really do anything without being out of breath. Just walking a few steps, I'm out of breath. And I'm really, really concerned about that. So I have to go and see if I can find, talk to my doctors, and they need to come up with a plan or something, because this is really ridiculous. So, I know that I've gained weight, but I'm on a double dose of what I was on as far as steroids are concerned. So I have gained weight. As you can see, I got a couple of chins going on around here.